Alright, so this is one of the starting positions. A lot of fun with this one. So the hands work great. Fingers, I can reset everything. Turn on my landing light. It's nice. They're a little bit grabby. So if it's configurable, but if I'm anywhere near the stick and I grab. Now I have to be kind of careful. So you'll notice it needs a dead zone because it's every little movement gets registered. So I end up wanting to take my hand off the stick. So I have a little more tweaking to do with that. And also on the index controllers, I can use the little joystick that's on the controller itself. Also needs a little tweaking. I'm just going to do, there's my sun. I think I've got a planet over here somewhere. I am going to punch it. Oh yeah, there's the planet just peeking out. I'm going to full throttle it. Pitch forward pretty hard. I got a good. Alright. Pretty good upward speed. I'm already over 1,000 meters altitude, which I'm not thrilled with. See how we do. I know I got some terrain coming up. I have to keep my eyes peeled on that. Looking between my legs. So we're pretty much facing down. Now, see my speed, my vertical speed, I'm dropping. I am probably going to end up impacting terrain if I don't pitch back. Keep my ground elevation up. I'm heading into some highlands here. I need to get up a little more. Done this a couple of times and had a bad outcome because I wasn't taking seriously the fact that I was heading into a mountain. That's pretty good. Now I really feel like I'm zooming up. Got some good verticals. Myself horizontal. Yeah, I mean my AA altitude is already 7. So I think, and there's some babies crying from downstairs, fussing over something. That's what you get. Pay no attention to the babies downstairs. In fact, what I could do now is kill my throttle and just coast up. I'm not really at orbital speed yet. I am on a very elongated sort of semi-elliptical path. I could do a maneuver I did in one of my other screencasts, which was to tip back and, well, I'm quickly going to reach that 9.4. So when I get to 9.4, what I want to do is aim myself forward and give myself some more velocity. It'll bring up my periapsis. Should be fine. Beautiful. We do a little sightseeing, I suppose. one way to do sightseeing is to turn off the rate mode on alt control. And just spin around. So I am flying over some pretty mountainous terrain. Alright, put the rate mode back on. Altitude 9.4-ish, so I pitch forward. I should be flying in a direction that's a horizontal tangent to the surface of the moon. So a little thrust at this point. A lot of thrust. I need to get my speed way up. I want to keep an eye on that PA. Altitude is 9.3. Abscess is 9.9. Push forward a little bit more. There we go. There we go. I didn't really want to get up to 19, but it's a little tricky. Let me pitch back, get more. More normal view. Yeah, that noise is annoying. I'll fix that. Now we are cresting a rise here, and we can see the plains beyond. So the Tungsten moon is about 50% mountain and 50% flat plain. There's some interesting visual artifacts. This light source is visible on the other side of the window frame. I can see sort of through it. But it's a minor complaint. Minor. Where's the sun? The sun's over there. So you're going to probably see the sun set before too long. So we do a little. Whoops, I wanted alt control for that. See, sun on the right. I call it the sun. I don't know what it is really. It's just our local star. And the planet that we're orbiting over my left shoulder. Here we are traveling over one of the major terrain scenery seams. It's There's my cabin. I need to cut this out so that I could walk back there, and I'll have, I don't know, life support stuff. On the right here, I'd have some additional instrumentation that you don't need to see in front of you all the time. Same thing over here, maybe a computer display. Tape machine might be fun, listen to some tunes. Lots of possibilities. As you can see, the joystick is not actually attached to anything, it's floating in midair. So there's a lot of things that need tweaking, but the general shape of things is nicely set, I think. All of this is generated programmatically. Well, not all of it. Much of it is. This window frame, really happy with that, how that turned out. I can change a few variable settings in the Godot editor, and it can change the size of everything, reorient everything. All right, we are going to see the sunset soon as the planet climbs into our sky. So the reason the light suddenly disappears is kind of interesting, actually. So we see effect of the sunlight on the terrain a little bit, and at some point in the software I turn the sun off completely and we should see no evidence of it at all. You can still see it on the terrain below us. It's not quite realistic. I think it's still pretty cool. There you go. That's officially below the mathematical horizon. I turn off that light altogether. So we are pretty high. No, we've been as high as we're going to get. We're now dropping. This is really cool because it looks like the horizon is just there, but it's because we're over this hilly terrain. Everything is lit by planet shine. So we should see, yep, just over that edge we are seeing a more distant horizon appearing. More mountains. And that peak right there looks like it might be almost as high as we are. So we're going to be lucky if at 5 kilometers altitude, we're going to be lucky if we don't run into anything. There's no air, so we don't have to worry about that. But there are mountain peaks that poke up here and there. It would be fun in a final game to put some objectives on mountaintops and leave clues that tell you how to find them. And then you have to fly up there and land on top of the mountain and retrieve another clue. So it's sort of like a scavenger hunt is how I imagine this game playing out. So we're 46% fuel. Let's try. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this because it is frankly very difficult. But we can try. Let's see if we can land spacecraft. So I want to aim myself more or less in the direction of travel. Keep that in mind. Turn off all the control. Level my horizon. Reset my attitude ball. And we're going to tip back. A lot. So almost on our back. And hit the thrust. Now, I kind of want to keep an eye on that. I can dip forward a little bit. I can actually watch the ground approaching me from below as I decelerate. And we can see from the orbital apsides they're already determine that we are now going to impact somewhere on the surface. And shows our altitude increasing. That's because we pitch forward, much you pitch back, the more that'll help kill our altitude. We don't want to zoom up into the sky if we can help it. Really want a slower velocity. Now we're going to get to a point where we're pretty high up and moving pretty slow. The question is, do we have enough fuel to make it down? Alright, altitude shows that we are dropping. To a certain extent, we're going to be doing this by feel. Will be most efficient if we're using full thrust, so this is the challenging part. I think we're not quite lined up here. All right. We're drifting to the left. All right. We now have radar. Alright, we're actually not doing too badly here. Let's get ourselves leveled out. Drifting backwards a little bit. Oh, 7% fuel. What are the odds? That's helpful. Okay. Oh, here we go. Crap. Bounced. % fuel. Basically running on fumes at this point. Oh, did it. 0% fuel, nothing left. I was in orbit, and I pulled out of orbit and landed successfully. That's a first for me. I think being in VR is actually helpful with that.